What? What? I can hear you. What?
Am I doing front club still?
Yeah. Every set, supersets. Let's go. They were doing push-ups and pull-ups at the beach and lunges and ball tosses. So when they turn 11, I start introducing them to not necessarily heavy weight, but just the idea of weightlifting.
Yeah.
So the biomechanics of it. So what happens is, people say, well, he's too young to lift weights. Well, he's not too young to lift weights. He's too young to be under heavy load.
Yeah.
To be, he's not gonna squat 200 pounds. See, that's what I did. Nobody told me. What I did was, I hid behind the corner in the YMCA and watched these grown men lift.
Yeah.
And whatever they did, I wrote down.
Really, Coach?
Yeah, 11,
Really?
12 years old. I did.
Oh,
I
man.
watched them. I went and did the exact same way.
Yeah.
No clue, nobody around.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why, you can ask my parents. I was like, my strength was inhuman by the time I was 15.
Oh, wow.
Benching 400 pounds, squat 600 pounds when I was 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
But then again, that's my injuries. No one taught me how to stretch. No one said, what the rest period should be between your sprints. No one told me how to eat properly. I was guessing at it, right?
Yeah.
So, for them to have that much.
Definitely. Even me, Coach, I'm so grateful to have you around in Michigan.
While
Are you
young.
kidding me? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm learning so much.
Yeah.
What she cooks and,
Yeah.
and working out. I'm learning a lot.
You gotta get your numbers down, bro. You gotta remind me.
Yeah. I'm 135.
Huh?
I'm 135.
Weight's 135?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. What were you when
It
you
is.
started? You went up, didn't you?
I was 130.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you want, man?
yeah.
See, that's probably all back and legs.
Oh, definitely.
You know, that girth
Yeah.
is there. I told you. Walk around at 140, cut down to 118 for stage.
I'm excited.
It's happening. Yep. You got to practice at Rancho Dominguez High School. Hopefully, she can come and film a little bit of practice today.
What time is that at, Coach? 6?
Rancho Dominguez High School.
Okay.
The whole team won't be there. First of all, you got to know the team is called Pacific Coast Shockwaves, and they're one of the very few teams in the country that have multiple campuses.
Mm-hmm.
So there's one in Fontana, there's one in Santa Ana, there's one in Compton. But when we compete as a team.
Mm-hmm.
So you never go to a Shockwave practice and all the kids will be there. There's one up in San Fernando Valley as well, which is where we started with the Shockwaves. But back, you might get 16, 20 kids now. The team itself is like 200.
Oh, really? Wow.
Don't twist your hips. Guide that. You feel it? You feel yourself twisting? Control that. Your stomach. Tighten your core on the way down. It won't happen. Tighten your stomach. You're going to sit up. Contact. Not counting that one. Make contact. That's it. You have the valgus knee on one side. That correct that. One knee is one, two. You have a little bit of that.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
Yeah.
So to correct that, Coach, what do we do?
We'll do some stabilization with bands to where you will do squats. You just do it at home.
Okay.
At the house. Do
Okay.
squats with just the band on your knees, just so your body can learn how to, maintain tension.
Mm-hmm.
Because typically that comes from either one IT band being tighter than the other,
Yeah.
or good power. Sound like that. Or like inflexibility in the insertion of the quad. The muscle here is called, vastus intermedius.
Mm-hmm.
So when one is tighter than the other, you will tend to drift. Your knee will drift in and out during vertical contact.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, but it's
So why does that happen though?
just time, habits. I mean, over the you can how someone carries the purse. How you walk upstairs.
Yes, definitely.
Sometimes genetic factors. When you have one leg, sometimes even a millimeter longer than the other one. Kind of shoes you wear. So one of the things you look at too, which is why you see me doing like the swan poses, and I was helping the girl the other day, because when they're young, Michael, get your stretches in. When they're young, they number one create habits, but they typically don't have a lot of integrity and relationship between the fascia at the bottom of the foot, through the ankle, through the anterior tibialis, which is the muscle in front of the shin, up through the knee into the insertion of the quadricep, right? That whole chain, if not trained in balance and integrity, imagine running on it all the time and it hasn't been aligned. By the time you're 15, 16 years old, 20, 28 years old,
wow,
the habits have set in, not just the muscular structure, but muscular function. So even how the muscles fire can be changed. But what happens is, by the time you get somebody like Micah's age, when we were 16 years old, we were thinking like 11-year-olds now. Everyone's pushing the kids to be super athletic right away, but none of the coaches want to talk about corrective training. They want to perform right now because they're not thinking about the kid at 25.
Yeah.
See, I want him still running at 25, 30 years at an elite level. If to do so, we have to step back sometime and do corrective exercises.
Oh, yeah.
But how many coaches want that?
Yeah.
Because the coaches want to win now.
Yeah.
They don't care about the kid's future. A lot of the injuries you see in football and track now is not because of football is dangerous or track is dangerous. That they're not balancing out the training with the treatment. Not training kids to be hydrated properly, to eat properly, to stretch properly, none of that.
So how does that make you feel, Micah? That you're doing extra things that your friends aren't doing that?
I don't really know.
Well, I mean, it shows. It shows because the kids, not necessarily that they are the best in the country at what they do, but for them to either by individual or by relay, for instance, in track, to make it to the Junior Olympics every single year. That's just unheard of, and particularly it's unheard of for a family to do that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, so I mean, I get parents who say, you know, Rice, you're overtraining your kids, and they're not going to enjoy the sport. They're going to get burned out. Kids do not get burned out on sports. Kids get burned out on parents, right? Who are forcing them to do the sport.
Of course. And honestly, Coach, like even here, like they go to training and they go to practice and they still have time to go play outside. So it just shows you like they're not complaining, they're not sleeping, they're not, you know.
Yeah, and here's the thing, that they want to go outside and play.
Yeah, like they still have energy to do all that stuff.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. To me, it's hard to overtrain a kid. If a kid is burned out, be thoughtful. Be thoughtful when you train. Don't just do the motion. Think about why you're doing it. Contact the bench. Make contact every time. Your eyes should be up, butt should be down. No, you don't burn a kid out physically. Kids have endless energy. Where they're burned out is the stress from parents trying to live vicariously through the kid.
Oh yeah.
That pressure and pressure and pressure. I remember that movie, you know, Field of Dreams, when he said, Kevin Costner's character says, you know, by the time he was, you know, 12 years old, baseball was like taking medicine or something to that effect, you know. It wasn't fun anymore, you know. So where my kids are hyper competitive and they're well trained, it's a balance, right? I could do more to them right now and they would not lose races ever.
Really?
But by the time they're 20 years old, the body's gonna be toast. The body's not ready for, you know, 200-pound squats and jumping on benches like that, you know, in the rhythm of 20. But I know parents, and you know who you are out there with your kid all over CBS or whatever else, and HBO, they're following this one kid around, but I know what he does. And his dad does not even let him go, you know, because this is what happens in track, USTF. We have the local races, right? And from those times, you run your association. Southern California Association, USATF. Association, then there's regionals. So then you get people like Vegas and Arizona, they show up, and that's called Region 15. Out of that region, you go to Junior Olympics, where there's one particular kid who he's overtrained. He's about Micah's age, but he's about 4 foot nothing, 100 nothing, you know, can't grow. The way he walks, like he's injured all the time, but he runs extremely fast, but his dad never lets him go past association.
Oh wow.
Now, what's your guess why?
Why, Coach?
Think about it. This kid's never lost. I never seen him lose a race. But if he went past that point, he might lose.
Really?
So his dad is literally restricting him from seeing real competition on the fact that he might lose. So take that same kid 4 or 5 years. Now say now that he's 16 years old He's in high school. He's in the CIF championships. He's never seen national competition. He's never seen high state competition. He's overtrained, but he'll have every record in the book. And what you will find a lot of times in track is that you have these long lists of people in youth track that have records. National record for the 400, the 200. We have national record, but they don't make it to the Olympics.
Oh, wow.
How are you the best in the country when you're 10 years old, but you can't be best in the country when you're 25? What happened? Something went wrong in the process, right? So I'd rather see my kid make the nationals every year or even regionals and lose, doing it the right way. And what happens by the time he's 25, 20 years old, all other kids going to drop off.
Oh, yeah.
They're overtrained. They didn't want to do the sport. The parents wanted them to do the sport. Then they're burnt. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I have a really positive future look for my kids. And a lot of parents, well, you train your kids, they don't win every race. They don't have to win every race. Carl Lewis, who ran the 84 Olympics, came from the Olympics last year and spoke. And literally said when his youth years, he didn't win.
Wow.
He competed, but he didn't win. But this man is one of the most decorated track athletes in the history of our Olympics. Allison Felix, her dad is my pastor, right? Allison didn't run until she was 13 years old, so 2 years past my kids right now. And all the youth record holders that she ran with in high school vanished.
Wow.
She kept running, so I think this is her 5th Olympics coming up. 5th Olympics.
Wow.
That's 20 years of Olympics. Did it the right way, right? That's the beauty of me making so many mistakes as a kid. I know the process now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You learn.
Yeah, it's not just the training. It's knowing what they're going to see 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years from now. Like if that dad, and if he sees this, he'll know I'm talking about him. If that dad, so I'm going to reach this Micah, he'll say this wasn't enough.
Really? Wow.
Put 135 in the bar. Make him jump the boxes. My kid does that. Just go ahead and go. Go on the outside. So it's up. You know what, Mike? You use the carpet, man. The brown carpet. Go ahead. It's all about balance. The other deal is, your kids never eat junk food. So when they get older,
I know you appreciate that. So like sometimes I'm like, oh hey boys, do you guys want this? Like, we can't eat that.
no.
I was like,
and they know.
That's so disciplined though. That's good.
Yeah, but see what I hear is, well, what's going to happen is when they get older, they're going to ask for junk food they never had. They want to sneak away and eat McDonald's and blah, 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 blah. My kids will not. Because the reason kids do that is they do it out of curiosity.
Okay.
Right? If a kid is trained to eat the right way when they're younger, nuh-uh, keep going. All the way down.
Don't let me stop you.
That's right. No, he's okay.
My bad.
He's okay. But what happens is the parents don't tell them why.
Of course. And here they understand why.
So they literally know what happens when a McDonald's burger goes into your stomach, what happens when you drink soda, what happens.
Yeah.
So these kids are not going to grow up and go the opposite direction 100 miles an hour because parents don't take time to tell a kid why. Don't do drugs, don't do drugs, don't do drugs. They don't say why don't do drugs. You can fry your brains, you can lose your intelligence, you can, die, right?
Yeah. And I feel they actually feel it in their performance, so they know how it feels if I eat pizza or if I eat this or if I eat popcorn or.
Right, know the results. So basically also on the back end of that, so the kid who said don't do drugs, they go to school and all their friends are doing drugs, all their friends seem fine for the moment, right? So the parents have to do a better job in general. Forget sports in general. If you're going to tell your kid not to do or to do something, why?
Yeah.
Mishka
looks so cute today. I like what you're wearing, Mishko. You look like a teenager.
So let's get the towel fixing down. Yeah, right now. So let's go.
So are you done already, Micah? So do you like training?
I don't know.
You don't know? You have to like it. Don't you feel cool that you're doing it and no one else is doing it your age? You don't like that one? Or you rather do the beach training?
I said I don't like the beach training.
You want to know something? Me either. So are you done with Micah, coach? No?